Okay, this is the first neck that I'm going to be working on. Now, as you can see, it's not too bad. It's in pretty good nick. This is the first one I'm going to put on the telecaster that I'm doing. Now, I was having a look at all of these and I realised this one's actually snapped off. So I don't remember whether or not I bought it like that, but I'm going to have a look to see if I can find some new ones. Otherwise, this has got a beautiful satin finish. I am going to take a little bit off this area here and off the side just in my sanding, so I'm able to get a few things done with that. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking off these here, because I'm going to end up having to put in some new ones, because I don't think I can just find that particular nut to go onto there, so that knob. So yep, the first thing I'm going to do is select the right screw. As you can see, they're just little Phillips head screws. Somebody's done some work to this before. I think they were trying to do something like a project with it, but then they kind of got a little bit jack of whatever they were doing, and they put this on eBay. So anyway, so I just suggest you have a nice towel underneath, something, you know, don't use your best one, use one that Mum is not going to be angry about you using. But we're going to sort of do a little bit of sanding with this one, and as I said, I'm going to take these off. So I'll select my screwdriver and I'll take these off, and we'll do another quick look after that and see what it looks like. Okay, so as you can see, I've actually taken these off the back now, and they look pretty good. I can't really complain. These here, they'll need to be pushed out, so what I'll do is I'll turn those over and I'll get another one of my tools and I'll just pop them through. As you can see, there's just, I don't know if I can focus it enough, but there's just a little bit of an edge in there from the metal from the top that I'll be able to push through, and I just need to take the string tree off as well. As you can see, here are all of the knobs here, so we don't have to worry about those. Some of the screws are smaller. It was really interesting having a look at what was coming out of there, but I'll get to the next part, punch those front parts out here, and we'll have a look at the sanding process hopefully after that. Okay, now that wasn't too hard. I actually used one of these. It's sort of like a hex head that you would use for something else, but I put it in behind and I just popped it in there to be able to hit it out. And so I just got my hammer and held it over the edge of the bench and just gave it a little bit of a tap. It came out much better that way. I thought I would do that because if I had used a screwdriver to sort of get underneath the head of that and pop it up, there's a good opportunity that I would actually put some sort of screwdriver damage into the top of this, and I didn't want to do that. So that was good that I could actually see at the bottom when through the hole that, you know, you could push these out. Now these are just a plastic, I guess, I don't even know what you call it, but you know, they're just plastic, and I've been able to just keep them all. So as you can see, I've kept them all here. I pushed everything out. Now I got this handy little set of tools from the other day. They're Tool Pro tools, and I got them from Supercheap Auto, and I'm not gonna lie, I spent like about $35, and it's the best buy I think I've ever bought. It's got everything from, you know, your Phillips heads and your other bits and bobs. It's only because I bought a new car recently that I realised I need a few different things. But these, the screwdriver set and everything, amazing. So I'm just going to put it out there for Supercheap. Thanks heaps. They're not sponsoring this. There's no paid promotion, but I just thought it was really good. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is probably have a look at getting some sanding done. So we'll want to get rid of this casino logo and look at some of the other bits and pieces that we're going to do with it. So here's hoping that we're going to get some work done on that now. All right, be back soon. Okay, so the quick update. See this thing here? It had a sticker on it. So I'm actually going to use some of this Goo Remover. So it's just a Planet Arc Orange Power Sticky Spot Goo Dissolver. I'm just going to use that with a tissue to get rid of that. So I'll just put a little bit on the tissue, apply that. So I'm holding my phone today. I don't have a place out in the garage where I can just put a little bit on there that I can actually hold it up. So I just want you to see how this works. So I've got that there. I'm just going to hold down the neck a little bit, try and get that in focus, and just rub on that. Look how easy it removes all that goo. So I just found that when I started to sand it, I'm just using a sanding block, quite a fine sanding block at the moment, but I'm going to sort of change that up a little bit. Now look at that, there's nothing left. That's fantastic. So Goo Remover, this Orange Power Goo Remover, it smells pretty good too. It smells like concentrated orange, which is great. That was really good, really quick and easy. There's another thing that a lot of medical people use called Zoth. And that's also an amazing product to get rid of goo if you've got things like Band-Aids, but it also does heavier things as well. Now I started with this sanding block. It's quite a fine sanding block, so I've decided that I'm probably just going to try to go with some of this sandpaper, which is a 240 grit. I'll see how we go, but as you can see, I've started and the colour's starting to come back to where like the same colour as those circles, so we'll see how we go from there. I'll try the sanding block for a little bit longer, so this one here, but as I said, like when I'm sanding, it's coming off, like it's doing okay, but I just think we could probably, I need a coarser sandpaper to get really into it. So I'm going to, yeah, I'll put the phone down and I'm going to have a bit more of a play around with this and see what I can do to get that nice and back to that same colour, that really light colour of the wood. Okay, I'm just going to give you a quick update. So I've probably been working on this for about 5 to 10 minutes, and I tried the sanding block and the sanding block was getting a bit clogged. It's quite fine, and then I said that I would try using the 240 grit. That's even finer. So I actually found that I did have some 180 grit sandpaper, but I'm going to suggest that, you know, you even go, if you're going to be doing something like this where you're trying to take something out, because as you can see here, that's not coming out easily, and I think I need a coarser grade of grit, so I think I could even go down to like an 80. So that's, I guess, the update for the moment. As I said, I'm going to go and I'm going to do the back. So hopefully in our next video, this will all be completed and ready to sort of look at putting into the body. And then once we've got that organized, then we can start working out where we're going to put the bridge. So hopefully, as I said, I'm going to continue to work on this over the next day or so. I might have to go up to our local hardware store and get some 80 grit to just try and, you know, do this a little bit quicker, because it's taking quite a bit of time. And for somebody who's got a dicky wrist like me, really need to sort of not do quite as much. So if I can get this done at a better pace and then finish it up with a finer grade quality of grit, that's going to be the best way to do it, I think. But otherwise, it was very easy to take all of the knobs out for that. Very simple. I will have to look for some that will either fit those holes that are quite similar to this, but I'm pretty sure I can jump onto eBay or even try and find out what a casino guitar is and see whether or not they sell that as an extra part. On the whole, like, these aren't too bad of a thing. Oh, that's the broken one, hang on. These aren't too bad. They have a little bit of tarnish on them which would easily polish off. So I just thought, well, maybe I'll give those ones another go, but I'm not 100% sure, so we'll see how we go. Anyway, thank you for tuning into the update. I'll let you know how I go. I will have to go and get some other grit to try and get the rest of that out. As I said, you can see the word casino still in there, which means I haven't been able to take it back enough, and it's just going to take far too long with the 180 grit or the 240 or even the sanding block that I had, which seems to be getting clogged. So yeah, so that's the update for now, but we are working on the neck and we will be putting that into the body and working out the bridge very soon. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Bye.